Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're going to tackle a huge buzzword that's pretty much running our digital world, big data.
Okay, so here's what we've got on tap. We'll start with just how much data we're talking about, then define what big data actually is, break down its key traits, look at the good and the bad, and then see how it's all put to work.
All right, first things first. To really get what big data is all about, you have to appreciate the sheer scale of the digital tidal wave we're all swimming in.
You know, it all kind of boils down to a question you've probably asked yourself a million times while you're deep into a binge watch.
Well, the answer is this: a mind-blowing explosion of data. I mean, just look at these numbers. Every single minute, every 60 seconds, we're talking 700,000 status updates, 11 million messages flying back and forth, and 200 million emails being sent. It's not a trickle, it's a full-on digital flood, and it's happening constantly.
Okay, so now that we have a sense of that massive scale, what in the world is big data? And what's it actually made of?
This is the key takeaway right here. Big data isn't just, well, a lot of data. It's data that's so massive, so messy, so complex that your standard issue computer programs and databases just can't handle it. They throw up their hands and say nope. You need completely new ways of thinking and new tools to even begin to make sense of it.
And this data comes in, let's say, three main flavors. First, you've got your structured data. This is the neat and tidy stuff. Think of perfectly organized spreadsheet. Then you have semi-structured data. An email is a great example. It has a sender, a subject, a date, but the body of the message is just text. And then you have the Wild West, unstructured data. This is the really messy stuff. Videos, photos, social media rants, you name it. No rules, no format.
So, what makes big data big data? It's more than just size. Experts have boiled it down to 6 key characteristics, famously known as the 6 V's.
And here they are. You can think of these V's as the genetic code of big data. Each one represents a different challenge, but also a huge opportunity. Let's walk through them. First up, the obvious one, volume. And we're not talking gigabytes anymore. We're talking petabytes. To put that in perspective, one single petabyte is like watching nonstop HD video for over 13 years. So imagine a streaming service processing the watch history, the ratings, the searches, not just for you, but for millions of other people. That's the kind of scale we're dealing with.
Next up, velocity. This is all about speed. This data isn't trickling in, it's a fire hose. Think about that streaming service again. Its recommendations are useless if they're a week old. It has to analyze what you're clicking on, what you're searching for, right this second to suggest what you should watch next. It's all happening in real time.
Then you've got variety. Remember those 3 flavors we talked about? Well, a single company has to deal with all of them at once. The streaming platform has your neat, structured user profile. It has the video files themselves, and it has all those totally unstructured, messy user reviews and comments. It's a whole mix.
Okay, rounding out our 6 V's. First is veracity. Basically, can you trust the data? A million fake reviews aren't just useless, they're misleading. Then, maybe the most important one, value. What's the point of all this data if you can't get something useful out of it? And finally, variability. The data is always changing. What's popular today might be old news tomorrow. Think about how viewing habits totally change around the holidays.
But dealing with all those V's, well, it's not easy. And that's because big data is a classic double-edged sword. It offers incredible opportunities, but it also comes with some serious challenges.
On the plus side, it's a total game changer. You can make way smarter decisions, innovate like crazy, and get a huge leg up on the competition. But, and this is a big but, there's the other side. You've got massive privacy and security risks. It costs a fortune to set up and maintain, and you have to navigate a maze of regulations like GDPR.
So, how do companies wrangle all this chaos? How do you go from a mountain of raw data to an actual smart decision? Well, there's a process for that.
It's basically a 4-step recipe. Step 1, you gather everything. I mean everything. The structured stuff, the unstructured stuff, from all over the place. Step 2, you process it, trying to get it into some kind of usable shape. Step 3 is super important. You have to clean it. You find the errors, the missing bits, and fix them. Because garbage in, garbage out, right? And finally, step 4, you let the big analytical tools loose on it to find those hidden gems, those patterns that tell you something new.
Which really brings us to the final and maybe most important question. We're getting incredibly good at finding answers in these massive oceans of data. But the real challenge, for all of us, is to make sure we're asking the right questions to begin with.
Are we using this amazing power wisely and ethically? It's something to think about.